Every 4 years, we witness a logistical miracle. Athletes from 206 countries descend on a host city to compete across 33 different sports. The objective is clear-cut: secure international glory and a heavy, shiny gold medal for your nation. But if you were to travel back to the summer of 776 BC to witness the very first recorded games, you would recognize absolutely nothing about the event. The original games were a highly localized religious festival in Olympia, designed strictly to worship the Greek god Zeus. The victors there received no gold. They were handed a simple crown made of olive leaves. Women were strictly barred from competing, and the men who were allowed to participate did so completely naked. So how did a localized, unclothed religious ritual mutate into today's highly regulated global broadcast? And does any piece of that original 776 BC blueprint actually survive inside the modern games? In its earliest days, the competition was incredibly straightforward. There was exactly one event, the Stade. It was a 192-meter sprint, a distance the Greeks believed the mythical hero Hercules could run on a single breath. By the year 708 BC, the organizers began adding events that look a bit more familiar to us, like the long jump, javelin, discus throwing, and heavy wrestling. Then they introduced the pancreation, an event that violates every single modern standard of athletic safety. This was essentially ancient ultimate fighting. Competitors faced 0 weight classes and no time limits. The only 2 rules were no biting and no eye gouging. Everything else was legal. This brutal tradition ran for centuries, but it never naturally evolved into a safer format. It was abruptly executed in 393 AD when conquering Romans banned the games entirely. The ancient era of the Olympics was effectively wiped from history, leaving a massive 1,500-year vacuum before anyone would attempt to hold the games again. That attempt finally came a millennium and a half later. In 1896, the event was revived in Athens, Greece, drawing massive crowds to a newly constructed stadium. The organizers of this 1896 reboot tossed out the ancient rulebook. They stripped away the old religious rituals and the brutal combat in favor of heavily regulated, entirely new sports. Crucially, they shattered the ancient demographic restrictions, eventually providing female athletes a massive global platform to showcase their speed and power. The modern organizers successfully overwrote the ancient rules, turning an exclusionary, violent ritual into an inclusive, carefully moderated international contest. So if the actual sports, the rules, the prizes, and the participants were all overhauled, we have to look at the modern branding to see what, if anything, survived from 776 BC. Take the 5 Olympic rings. Each represents one of the 5 inhabited continents uniting. The exact color palette, blue, yellow, black, green, and red on white, follows a mathematical logic. Every recognized national flag on Earth contains at least one of these 6 colors. That highly engineered unity points us straight back to the ancient Greek DNA. Back in antiquity, even when city-states were actively locked in bloody internal wars, they would declare sacred, temporary truces so their athletes could safely cross enemy lines to compete. That specific mechanism, the agreement to pause active geopolitical conflict in the name of athletic competition, is the true surviving artifact from the original blueprint. The naked sprinting and the olive branches are long gone, replaced by billion-dollar broadcasts and heavy gold medals. But the Olympics remain humanity's most enduring, successful architecture for forcing divided nations to briefly stand together in peace.